very confident, says he's going to knock you out in the 9th round.
Yeah, man, you know, he's a dumbass, and so it's gonna be apparent on Saturday when he's the one that gets knocked out. I mean, genuinely, fighters always say this, there's the back and forth, but Piers, I'm being so honest, man, this guy is easy work.
Warm up.
Some
I know
8-year-olds. I got the 8-year-olds in there.
If I find out anything, I'm gonna beat your and I'm gonna beat Jada on love.
I mean, which is nothing wrong with it. You know what I mean? Especially Tank been talking about retiring, so why not get the bag and then go about your business if that's your plan?
The atmosphere in the studio is electric as Gervonta Tank Davis and Jake Paul sit across from Piers Morgan, eyes locked and energy tense. Both men carry confidence like armor. Jake admits without hesitation that Tank is by far the most dangerous and seasoned opponent he has ever faced, a massive leap from any name on his previous list. Yet, across from him, Davis remains perfectly calm. No showboating, no exaggerated promises, just focus. He tells Piers that fans will witness a version of him sharper, smarter, and more destructive than ever before. For Davis, this fight isn't just another payday, it's a chance to remind the world why experience, discipline, and raw skill still define greatness.
Sharper, just my focus gotta be blazing that night. Just me and him in that ring. All in all, be better.
I saw 8 to 10 rounds is what you thinking, and I also saw, I think I saw 6 rounds is what you thinking. I could be wrong.
7 or 8.
7, yeah, right
7,
around
8,
there.
yeah.
How you pick that number? Like, how do you pick what round it's gonna be?
First, his skills, the moment.
Yeah.
I don't know how durable he is. I don't know. I just don't know just yet. But I know if I can get him where I want him, that's how long it's gonna take. To be a good beating.
Do you understand the magnitude of this fight? Do you understand how important this fight is to the boxing game, to the sport?
I think I do, but I don't think that he knows. I've been in big fights, but it wasn't nothing like that.
Jake Paul, never one to shy away from bold statements, declares with full conviction that Fight Night will answer every question. He tells Piers that on Saturday, November 15th, the world will finally see who truly belongs under the spotlight. Jake insists that once the bell rings, all predictions, analysis, and social media chatter will fade into silence, replaced by results. He says his fists will do the talking. In his words, boxing has evolved beyond tradition, it's now a collision of sport, spectacle, and storytelling.
Says he's going to knock you out in the 9th round.
Yeah, man, you know, he's a dumbass, and so it's gonna be apparent on Saturday when he's the one that gets knocked out. I mean, genuinely, fighters always say this, there's the back and forth, but Piers, I'm being so honest, man, this guy is easy work.
Boxer and commentator Emiliano Vargas dives deeper into that idea. According to him, Jake Paul understood the transformation of boxing long before the industry did. Instead of following the traditional path, years of amateur tournaments, Olympic qualifications, and quiet grind, Jake built a global stage before ever stepping into the ring. His influence came first, his boxing career followed. Vargas admits this shift has opened new doors but also created imbalance. Old-school fighters spent their lives earning opportunities, he says, but now, one viral moment can launch a career. Vargas respects the entertainment factor, but warns that true boxing values honor, skill, and respect earned through sacrifice should never be lost in the noise. Money and fame fade, he concludes, but legacy lasts.
Non-basketball terms is just such a funny internet game. But explain this to me like a third grader. What is an exhibition fight?
I don't even know, bro. I'm gonna be real with you. All I know is that Jake is making, I don't, goddamn.
But when they say
look, God bless Jake, bro, because this is what he figured out. He figured out this. He figured out boxing is all about attention.
100%.
And he went from Disney to, you know, getting paid. What I told you, world champions that have dedicated their whole life to this sport, they will never get paid. Not even a percentage of what he's making.
Yeah.
But because attention brings dollars. It doesn't matter if it's a podcast, if it's a movie, premiere, if it's boxing, if there's no attention on it, you're not gonna make no money from it.
This is like the WNBA conversation. That's
For
why
sure.
they don't make the money, because they don't have the attention.
No, for sure. I was at the WNBA yesterday, and that shit was lit, bro.
It was lit?
I was chopping it up with Floyd was there.
It was
Like,
good?
people they won by like I think 1 or 2 points, but I was standing up and I was jumping. You know, it was the finals though.
Yeah.
It's the finals. So, all that aside, I just feel like Gervonta could crack though, bro.
Oh, of
Gervonta
course.
could crack. I mean,
So this is what I want
He's sparred light heavyweights and heavyweights before. Like, this ain't nothing new.
Even taller guys.
For sure.
Yeah, so what I really want to ask you in regards to that fight is, like, obviously someone like Gervonta is not, in his mind, he's not going to go out there and look stupid, no matter how it goes.
Right. No, he's not.
But that's what when I see it's an
He's not.
exhibition fight, I'm like, what does that mean?
And you can still get knocked out. You know, I feel like that means there's not going to be no winner.
No effect on the record.
Yeah, that's exactly what it means. But you could get knocked out.
So you don't think, because, like, you know, the beef now is like, this shit's the WWE. That's what people say about boxing.
I mean,
like, you're completely right about Jake and what he's done. It's insane.
Yeah.
But he'll get the WWE. Oh, this is just like, what is this? Do you see it that way?
God bless him, bro. God bless. Hey, call my fights WWE fights, whatever you want to call it. If I'm getting paid $80, $100 million, I mean, come on, bro. And look, the thing is, every single person that is commenting that, if they brought $100 million check in front.
Journalist Gareth A. Davies calls this matchup a spectacle no one could have imagined 10 years ago. A decorated professional like Gervonta Davis facing a YouTuber turned boxer, it sounds unreal, yet here we are. Gareth doesn't dismiss Jake's talent, but he emphasizes that Jake's real genius lies in turning chaos into profit. Whether people love him or hate him, they watch. Jake has mastered controversy as a marketing weapon. Gareth argues that this ability to transform attention into opportunity is exactly why the fight exists. Some purists see it as a circus act, while others call it evolution. But either way, Jake Paul's influence has made him impossible to ignore. This, Gareth says, is modern boxing where unpredictability is the main event.
Hurry up, all this.
Well, there's an end game and a bookend to what Jake Paul's doing, and I think he's getting very close to the bone with this one, because it doesn't really work. It's the biggest freak show so far. Like you say, Gervonta is not in everybody's list, but he's there or thereabouts in the pound for pound list. I mean, since the Lamont Roach fight, people have been down on him a little bit more. You know, a lot of people think he might have lost that fight, you know. Obviously his troubles and travails away from the ring have meant that, you know, people are starting to question at 33 now, is he?
No, I don't even think he's that.
31.
I think it's 31 max, 31. Yeah.
But they're beginning to question his validity.
Yeah.
31, yeah? 30, okay. Yeah. They're beginning to question, or I think we all are, but people are in general beginning to, pundits, and some fans are beginning to question his validity in that top 10 pound for pound list. I think he belongs there myself, or just outside it. Certainly in the top 15, no question. Maybe top 13. I think I've got him. I think I had him at 11 or 12, but I might have done a list on Saturday night. And obviously we want to see him in the ring with Shakur Stevenson. It's the big fight. So, or even in Naoya Inoue at some point, which is a fantasy matchup that I remember dreaming about around the same time I was dreaming about Terence Crawford and Saul Canelo Alvarez a couple of years ago.
Mm-hmm. Coach Reg, a longtime member of Davis's corner, steps in to defend his fighter. He reminds everyone that Tank's success didn't come overnight. He fought his way through divisions, knocking out contenders, earning every ounce of respect he has today. Reg addresses critics who claim Davis is chasing money, saying they forget what fighters risk. Boxing isn't a long career, he explains. one bad night can change everything. To him, Davis isn't running from challenges, he's choosing fights that make sense for both his legacy and his future. Reg insists Tank still embodies boxing's real values: hard work, courage, and discipline. People judge greatness by what's next, he says, but they forget the mountain already climbed.
You know what I mean? Especially Tank been talking about retiring, so why not get the bag and then go about your business if that's your plan? I mean, if that's your plan to retire, then go get the bag and go about your business. You ain't doing nothing wrong. I'm not against it.
You got some people that are very critical, Tank. Does it make sense depending on what you're in boxing for? Because you got some people that want to fight the best. You got some people that want the accolades, the belts, the undisputeds. And you got some people that just came into this game like, look, I'm trying to get my family out of poverty and give us generational wealth. Does it all depend on what you decided to box for?
Well, Tank accomplished a lot at a young age. You know what I mean? He accomplished a lot at a young age. So I wouldn't be mad if he took the bag and went about his business and never fought again. You know what I mean? Plus, look at some of the things that he's going through. You know what I'm saying? So, a lot of that can affect you as well. You know what I'm saying? Like when you're trying to be in this game. So I think, get the bag and go. That's your plan. Get the bag and go.
For me, of course, I wanted to see him fight Shakur. I wanted to see him fight Devin.
Yeah, we all wanted to see him.
At press events, Gervonta Davis barely speaks. He watches, observes, and only responds when it matters. That silence creates tension, a sharp contrast to Jake's loud energy. Commentators Manx and Mora note that this difference adds a cinematic layer to the promotion. Jake plays the showman, drawing attention, while Tank stays still, a predator studying his prey. Their body language tells the story of two worlds colliding, one shaped by social media and spectacle, the other forged through sweat, scars, and repetition. Together, they represent the clash between old-school boxing and the digital era.
And even though Jake Paul tried to egg him on and try to goad Gervonta Davis on, he's dealing with somebody that is not a quick-witted, thinker. He's not a quick-witted speaker. Tank Davis is explosive in the ring. He's fast and powerful in the ring. He's charismatic inside the ring when he's punching. But when you put a microphone in front of him, he's not articulate. He doesn't know how to quickly respond to people. He stutters a lot. He does more stuttering than talking. So Gervonta Davis in front of a microphone is not going to sell. So Tank Davis shouldn't be put in a podium like that. He should have speakers for him. He should have someone talking for him. He should have a mouthpiece. Tank Davis is not going to sell this fight. And Jake Paul knows it. That's the reason he kept throwing jabs at him. He tried to get Tank out of his shell. Tank's not quick verbally enough. He's not quick-witted. He's not quick with the tongue. So in order for him to sell this fight, he's going to have an adversary that can spit something back. Like, for instance, Chavez Jr., he didn't have that quick-witted a response, but he had the backing, he had the loyal following. And Chavez Jr., like many Mexicans, don't need to speak because they do all their fighting in the ring, and people know that. Tank Davis, I don't know, man. He didn't look good in his last fight. He's not fighting the killers in his division. People are getting off that Tank train, and we know that he's had his issues outside the ring. The love's not there anymore. Tank Davis is losing a lot of passion, a lot of followers, and people aren't buying this circus that Jake Paul's trying to sell. And I'm glad that people are getting off this train. The commission in Georgia got off this damn train. That's why they had to move this fight to Florida, where anything could happen.
Fans and analysts can't agree on what Tank's calm demeanor truly means. Some see boredom, a lack of excitement, maybe even arrogance. Others recognize it as the deadly quiet before impact. Those who know Davis describe him as a thinker, a strategist who studies his opponent's every move before striking. In boxing's long history, many of the greatest champions barely spoke, they let their fists define them. Davis, perhaps, belongs to that lineage. He doesn't need to sell the fight with words, he knows the truth will unfold in the ring. Whether his stillness hides supreme confidence or deep focus, everyone will find out when the gloves start flying.
Paul legitimately cooked Gervonta Davis in that press conference, and I really don't know how to feel about that. And to be honest with you, I still don't understand how boxing even allowed this to be made. Like, I don't. Like, dog, this is not an overstatement. Like, literally one of the core pillars holding up boxing is like this literal, like, fake superiority complex that they have over literally every other combat sport, despite literally being the least effective main combat sport there is. Brother, kickboxing, Muay Thai, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, wrestling, brother, I put judo over I put boxing. In terms of practicality of combat, oh yeah, 100%. Brother, if Jake Paul makes it competitive against Gervonta Davis, I'm looking at this like, brother. Oh, well, weight difference, brother. Gervonta Davis has been training his entire life. I'm sorry, bro. It's bad enough that the fact that if this was under any other combat sport, this would literally be like one of the most one-sided matchups of all time. And it wouldn't be in favor of Davis. No, dog, if you did this under an MMA rule set, oh my gosh, bro, Paul cooks Gervonta. It's not close at all. Like round one finish level. Like, understand this, Gervonta Davis versus Jake Paul is taking place in literally the only combat sport where Davis should win. I'm still shocked that they allowed it to be made. Because, like, there's no upside. If Jake Paul beats Gervonta Davis, now we're kind of looking like, wait a minute. What? Like, brother, don't forget. I still think it's a horrible look that Tyson Fury couldn't finish Francis Ngannou. That is so bad. Well, Francis Ngannou's a great boxer. Francis Ngannou, no joke, is one of the worst boxers to ever be in the UFC. He just has absurd power. No, look at the technique of Francis Ngannou. It's not that good. It's carried by power. Like, going into it, like, I'm hyped. But it's also, I'm looking at this like, bro, Gervonta has to finish, bro.
Veteran fighter Sean Porter offers a broader perspective. Having lived through boxing's evolution, he sees this matchup as a reflection of modern priorities. Money drives everything now, Porter says. He respects Jake Paul's courage for facing real boxers, but questions whether fights like this move the sport forward. At the same time, he understands Davis's decisions. After years of brutal battles, who wouldn't take the biggest payday? Porter isn't angry, just reflective. We have to ask ourselves, he says, what do we want boxing to be? A contest of greatness or a show for the crowd? His concern isn't about one fight, but the direction of an entire generation of fighters chasing fast fame over lifelong legacy.
I go, why are you doing that? How do you sort of see this scenario now for him?
Yeah, I don't really know how to feel about it, what to really say about it. I've only been asked this when it's presented to me. That's when I think about it, and I can't really come up with a good answer for it. In a lot of ways, it doesn't make sense to me. Of course, we know the size differential, and the list goes on from there. I don't know, man. I think we're entering a generation now, or a phase now where fighters, I don't know if it's fighters, I don't know if he doesn't care about the legacy, or if he feels like this fight doesn't matter, I'll get back to the legacy. I just don't know. This is truly it's not a legacy fight, but of course it is a generational money fight.
Analysts close to Davis argue that his career speaks for itself. Every major fight he's taken has tested his limits. They believe money might influence the business, but for Davis, greatness remains the mission. His silence at pressers isn't ego, it's purpose. Tank knows legacy is fragile, one mistake can erase years of work. He trains like a man obsessed with perfection. The analysts say that's what separates him from hype-driven fighters. He's not chasing clout, he's chasing immortality in the sport's history books. Viral fame fades, but real champions carve their names through sweat, pain, and victory. That's what Tank Davis fights for.
You sitting on that toilet and that stool ain't brown or green. If it's red, go to the doctor.
Yeah, for sure.
But again, Tank Davis and Jake Paul, they fight in November. I personally have Tank. You know what I'm saying? I just don't, because Tank is a little different. He ain't like them other niggas who took a fall. Tank ain't finna take no fall, bro.
That's what I think too. I think like, bro got a reputation to maintain. He ain't about to just, you know what I'm saying, sign a deal just for some money.
Just for some bread.
I ain't like, it's about the money though, for sure.
For sure.
But I'm not about to,
But what they get, like 20, he got like 20 million?
But yeah, 20, I ain't gonna lie, Tank probably get 20, 30, 40.
I don't know. Tank need to get more than that because it's bringing Jake Paul more money than, you know what I'm saying?
Anything, but you know, Jake Paul putting up the purse, he putting up everything.
Oh, okay.
He paying for promotions, he paying for everything.
So he getting all whatever he get.
You know what I'm saying? So hey, I can only, I think it's a 60-40 cut or something like that.
I ain't mad at that.
So it's like you getting 40%, you all gotta do is show up and fight.
Nah, facts.
That's all you gotta do is show up. And then 9 times out of 10, you know what I'm saying, it's gonna be a draw.
No. Tank gonna knock his. Well,
you think so?
Let me not speak too fast, but I know Tank. I pray, and I think I know that Tank is gonna beat him up.
And then comes Nate Diaz, raw, unfiltered, and brutally honest. He doesn't romanticize anything. Both of them know exactly what this is, Nate says. It's business. He acknowledges Jake's improvement, but calls the event a hybrid, part sport, part entertainment, all money. For Diaz, that's not necessarily bad. Fans tune in for excitement. Fighters get paid. Everybody wins. He just refuses to call it pure boxing. His take is simple: this fight isn't about tradition, it's about the spectacle that keeps people watching. Whether you love it or hate it, it keeps the sport alive in a world addicted to attention.
I gotta ask you, Jake Paul versus Gervonta Davis. Does Davis have a chance?
Gervonta is a great boxer, but he ain't gonna be.
So you got Jake Paul by knockout, or?
No, I don't got anybody, but I don't think.
He's just too small.
It just. I don't want to beat up somebody that small. I don't want to, you know what I'm saying?
What do you think of the fight?
I don't want to lose to somebody that. There's no point in the fight. It's a great fight, actually.
You think
I'm
it's
not
a good
hating
fight?
on the fight, but I think. My thoughts on it is let's watch it, see what happens.
Ryan Garcia said that boxing is turning into WWE.
Yeah, that's
with that type of matchup. What do you agree? Last thing, White House card, like he said, you want Conor McGregor?
Yeah, but the whole thing's on WWE, so
right.
It's like, at least that's happening and getting something to talk about, something to watch,
And that wraps up today's coverage. This isn't just a story about two fighters, it's a story about boxing's identity. Between legacy and fame, between respect and revenue, between the past and the future, Jake Paul and Gervonta Davis represent two sides of the same coin. When they finally meet under the lights, one question will echo across the arena: is boxing still about greatness, or has it become something new? Stay tuned, Fight Night will give us the answer.